What's going on, people? It's Mr. Door back again. I hope everyone's fit and well. Yes, it's a really, really hot day. It's so hot. I've got my drink. I've got another drink. It is so hot. But I'm here. It's got to be done. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. A lot of gossip today so far as well. I'll get the people in and a special guest as well. So, voice fans in the comments, how are you feeling about today's transfer gossip? Before I do start, if you are new to my channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment below if you're the things that we're going to talk about today. In the comments, just talk about it. Right, here we go. Right, first of all, we're going to start with them next to me, Mr. Lee Goodburn. How you doing, Lee?
How you doing? All right, you?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
I apologise if there's any background noise. I've got to have the windows open. I'm frying in here. It's like an oven.
It's all good, boy. It's all good. Next, below Lee, we've got Ezzy. How you doing, Ezzy?
I'm really good. How you doing, guys? How's everyone doing?
All good, man. All good. Everyone's feeling great. Everyone is feeling great. But last but not least, we've got a special guest. If you are a Coronation Street fan, please be nice, because if you're not nice, he's going to absolutely annihilate you as a character, people. As a character, not real life, character-wise. So I'm so happy to announce we've got the man himself, Pat. How you doing, Pat?
Not too bad. Thank you very much for having me on, though. I really appreciate it.
It would. So people, if there's any Coronation Street fans, like I said, we know it's a Forest channel, but he's got a show tomorrow. And before we do talk about Forest, Pat, tell everyone what is happening tomorrow. Don't give us just give little clues.
Well, to be honest, if I give you any spoilers, I'm going to get myself in trouble. But
that's it. Yeah.
If anybody's seen the show on Friday, Kelly was, in a nutshell, a character called Kelly Nealon. She's trying to right a lot of her dad's wrongs, so she's giving a lot of money back to the people who her dad ripped off, and she's stumbled upon some unsavory people, particularly me. Which that whole scenario will unravel tomorrow.
Okay, so people, like I said, what time?
That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 people tomorrow. Watch Coronation Street 8 o'clock. So, like I said, don't be horrible to Pat. Because if you are horrible to Pat, Pat will come for you. Just don't give it. Make sure you don't get the money from him, because if you don't, he comes for you. Right, let's start the show. There's been so much gossip. So much gossip at Forest, and first of all, we're going to talk about the link. Today we brought in a Costa Rican player, and then we're going to go through this one today. Lee, I know you lot know about this new signing, Brandon Aguilera. Lee, do you know Lee? Anything about him, Lee?
I don't know much about him. No, I know he's got about 3. I've read he's got 3 international caps. We're loaning him back to roughly where he's come from for 6 months, and then he comes back to us. So apparently he's like a bit of a wonder kid. So we will soon see, won't we? We've heard it before, but apparently he's going to the World Cup. So got to give the lad a chance, ain't you, when we get him?
I think his name, like I said, Brandon Aguilera. I meant to have a fan come today, but he was busy. So I might do a show tomorrow and just talk about him or pre-record. So if you do, watch out for that, people.
Building for the future, isn't it? That's what.
Yeah, definitely for the future. Right. So as people know, if comment below if you know anything about Brandon Aguilera, that is right. People in the comments, what do you know? If you know anything about him, please do. I'm gonna get to let me ask Pat and wait, let's get this out of the way. Pat.
Yes.
Let me ask you. Like I said, you're a big Forest fan. I remember I met you at what game was it? Swansea at home, and it was a mad season, wasn't it, Pat? Like I said, from the start of the season, it wasn't great, but as you know, it's something that we'll never forget. What was your experience as a Forest fan seeing all this?
Sorry,
happen?
Man, if you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you. He's crashed, hasn't he?
That's what happens when you sit outside.
Pat? Oh, he's crashed, hasn't he? He crashed. Yeah, he's crashed.
Am I back?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Right. Okay. Everything just went in super slow mo for a sec. Sorry, man.
No, we can hear you. Keep talking.
So I didn't get the question.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying, Pat. Like I said, the start of the season under Chris Hughton, we wasn't great. Then, as you know, Steve Cooper come in, and as you know, he did the best job ever for us. As a Forest fan, what was your opinion on seeing how things was folding?
I think. Well, before I get to how Steve Cooper's galvanized everything, you had that sense of optimism with Chris Cooper coming in as an experienced manager. You've got all the media. He's a nice guy and all this stuff. And then you just start seeing you knew he wasn't the most positive of managers. He's playing with 1 million defensive midfielders, and he's got, he's playing one up top, and then he rubbishes a lot of the youth, but yet we'll still turn up in our droves and we'll still support the club. I remember, I think it was Stoke away.
Oh, don't, Pat! No! Listen to me, come on, man! I should have pre-warned him. People in the comments.
Sorry.
I should have pre.
Is that still raw? Is that still raw for you?
A little bit to me. It's a bit sensitive to me, Pat. Come on, man.
It's sensitive to all of us.
We
all feel it.
We're in the Premiership. It's gone.
But Pat, as you know, Pat, we lost. Remember last game of the season under Lamucci, we lost 4-1 against them, and then in the league, we lost. As everyone knows,
of course, the goal difference. Oh man,
yes, but it's just a bad thing. But someone mentioned Stoke. I know we're not playing Stoke no more. This season we're not going Stoke. But Pat, carry on, Pat. What we're saying?
Sorry, but I'd rather prefer. See, when Stoke comes up in general, apart from them being a rugby team, I'd rather remember the Stoke away where we went top of the league. If you remember that one.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, so then you've got, I think it was very underwhelming for a lot of fans. You've got Steve Cooper comes in, he did an okay job at Swansea's work with the under-17s. And so I'm echoing a little bit, sorry.
It's fine.
And then I think as Forest fans over the years, we've kind of had this pessimism because, Forest have gone and done another Forest. So our expectations are not so high. And then Steve Cooper comes in, galvanizes everybody, and has this approach that seems to have worked wonders. And to be where we are with the team that is assembled, if you think when Keenan Davis come in, a lot of that, I think that was very underwhelming. Everybody's going to throw the stats around. Oh, he's only scored 2 goals in whatever, he's not going to do it and all this. And then he's a baller. And he proved a lot of people wrong.
Yep.
And like I said, through Steve Cooper's approach, whatever magic he's got on that training field and in that dressing room, man, it works.
So, did what game? And I'm going to ask you, Pat. What game did you thought Forest can do it?
Get promoted
or playoffs? Any of them? There's loads of games. So there's so many games as well. I'll tell Lee and Azzy in a minute. But what games did you thought that Forest? Yes, we can do it.
I think. Well, look. At what game? Can you tell me what game playoffs were solidified?
The game was.
What sealed the playoffs?
What game was it, Lee or Ez?
Was it Swansea? The 5-1 Swansea? Did that?
No, it was before that. It was before that. We confirmed playoffs. It was before that.
I think it was.
What game was it? Oh, was it Blackpool? No, it wasn't Blackpool, was it? It was someone before that.
Surely there's some whiz kid out there who's watching the show right now who should be able to type in and give us that information.
Yeah, you know what it is, Pat? Because we're in the Premier League now. We're playing
games this season.
We're Premier League side now, so that's why I can't talk about the Championship anymore. So
you blocked it out.
I have to because no disrespect to the Championship content creators. That they took me off Twitter now. I get it. I understand why they've done it, but It's just like I said. This is why I wanted your point of view, Pat, because like I said, it's good to have someone. I've had Lee's opinion, I've had Ez's opinion, and then with your opinion, Pat, like I said, as it's been 23 years of hurt and everything, and what I'm asking you, Pat, before we talk to something else. What's it like now to say to your friends, especially you're from Manchester, we're back in the Premier League?
You say it with pride.
Yeah, just saying.
And there's a sense of there's a sense of pride when you say it, because it has been, so long from being from David Platt, Gary Megson.
Oh,
wait. Joking here. I can't remember who was manager. I think it might have been Megson. We was Oldham away, and it was on, I think it was on a New Year's Day.
Yeah, Megson.
And it was hailstoning.
Did you go? Did you go?
Yeah, I was there.
I went as well.
Really?
Oh,
Well,
I went. Oh, dude.
horrible. But that's the thing, but yeah, I think because Forest have this sense of, I can't speak for other clubs, but they have this sense of community, I think, within the fans. We'll just droves, man, just turn up in droves, no matter what. We'll just still come, hail or snow. We're just going to be there, and I think now it's. Well, it has paid off.
Last but not least, I think we're going to talk about something, but like Steve Cooper, like I said, he comes to Nottingham Forest. It took 20, how many managers have we? People in the comments as well, get involved. How many managers have we had since Steve Cooper's come in? It's been a lot. Leo, Ez, do you know it, or does anyone know it? We've got so many managers that has
lost count.
Normally, Glenn's got these stats, hasn't he?
Yeah, Glenn, are you watching it, Glenn? Glenn, where are you, Glenn? You're the stat man of all this. So, people in the comments, how many managers have we had?
A lot.
It'd be a lot. Well, last but not least, like I said,
I won't speak about McLeish. But anyway, carry on.
Listen, if no one, if there's 101 people in, if no one knows, Pat's an actor, and he's talking about all these negative managers like Megson, Stokeway, Joe Kinnear,
Ron Atkinson.
Bloody
Big
hell.
Ron.
Big Ron.
Bad Ron.
So, I don't know.
No, but again, sorry to jump in. And you have, I think, what Forest have achieved and what Steve Cooper's achieved. We have such a sense of optimism now, and I think there's a real belief with what's been implemented. I think with Dane Murphy and Cooper and the whole setup. I think Marinakis has actually got these choices. The way, however they're working it, the way the system is set up, they've got this right. And there is, I think because we're so, and this is my point, what I'm actually going to get to, because it's ingrained, that pessimism as Forest fans over the years, because we've not completely filled a lot. I know you're going to touch on the new signing shortly, but because we've completely not filled some of the loan signings, you could tell on Saturday we were missing Garner, Davis as well, and just one or two other little players, and just the way they're used to playing with each other, and that sense of pessimism is quick to creep in. I think with a few Forest fans, because we're so used to it, the disappointment, but we just need to get used to being successful.
100%. There's 107 people in. Thank everyone for taking the time as well. If no one knows who I am, I'm Mr. Door. Everyone, all people I'm with, we've got next to me, there's Lee, Ezzy, and the man himself, Pat, who's on Coronation Street. So if there's any Coronation Street fans on here, you know who Pat is.
They won't, not yet. They won't yet.
You will know. You will know. You will know.
Tomorrow they will.
So people give some love to everyone on this channel as well. I'm going to go whiz through the comments as well. There's a new member, Tim Murphy. Thank you for being a member. If you can, Tim, can you message me or email me, please? So I say thank you very much for being a member. And if you want to be a member as well, people, the link is below. And all you're going to do is click the button. It's $2.99 a month. It supports my channel as well. Right, next one, and this is just come in from John Percy. John Percy has said Forest have agreed a double deal with Huddersfield to sign midfield Lucius Bryant and left back Harry Toffolo. fees of both players around 10 million mark before add-ons. O'Brien and Toffolo are due medicals on Monday. Lee, and people in the comments as well, get involved. Are you happy with this? Are you not? Get involved. Lee, what's your opinion?
Great business. Good business, isn't it? Obviously, we don't know what the add-ons are or how much that is, but potentially it's really good business. I can't see it being more than a few million. You know what I mean? Like 13, 14 million altogether. Can't see any more than that because we were quite stubborn on what we were offering, weren't we? So I think it's good business. I think that's the defence pretty much sorted now with the left side covered now with Toffolo and Richards. O'Brien, we've now started on the midfield, haven't we? And he's a guy who can play the ball, which is what, like you say, on Saturday, we was kind of missing that by all accounts. So, yeah, great business.
As you went to the game yesterday, I met Ezzy for the first time at the game yesterday, and we'll talk about O'Brien because I think, like Lee mentioned, the defence is sorted. But yesterday, it seems like we're slacking in that midfield role. O'Brien, good player. Do you think he's the kind of player that we need after yesterday's performance?
Yeah, and I think I'd agree. I agree with Pat as well. I don't know if you had the game yesterday, Pat, but yeah.
Yes, yeah. I was there.
That's exactly what we were missing, wasn't it? That creative.
Oh, Pat, did you go, Pat? Did you go yesterday?
Man, I was there, yeah.
Why didn't you tell me? Oh, these actors, man, they don't tell you nothing.
Well, just about
Too
3
busy for
minutes
you,
ago.
Dom.
I said about 3 minutes ago, I said you could clearly see we were missing that yesterday. So at that point, that's the link you should have picked up on it. But anyway.
I did.
Listen to me, I'm tired, people. I'm not tired. It's hot. I'm really hot. I've got my drink, and that's all that matters. Yeah, carry on, Ez.
Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what we seem to be missing at the moment. And yeah, O'Brien, I was a little bit skeptical at first because of the price tag, but I didn't realise his age. I didn't realise he was only 23. So I think that is really, for the pair of them to get him for 10 million plus add-ons, I think that's amazing business, to be honest. And Toffolo can slot in. I think Omar is a little bit away from starting, isn't he? So I don't know. Is that me echoing? It is.
No, you're fine.
Okay, bless you. So I think he'd slot in straight away because it didn't really work with Nico Williams down that left-hand side yesterday. He couldn't link up with Brennan, and he just wasn't brave enough to make a cross the ball in with his left foot. So he's always constantly cutting back in. So I think Toffolo will slot straight in, and I think he'll be a really good addition, really good experience.
So Pat, like I said, you was at the game yesterday, Pat. Like I said, we're getting Toffolo, and I've seen Nico Williams, and I know it's his first game, and I don't want to judge it. It's only pre-season, so I don't want to go crazy on players. Toffolo coming left back, it's going to give us a balance, isn't it, Pat? For if because we've got Omar Richards in, but I don't know. I know he had a slight injury, but
am I right in reading that he may have broke his leg, or I don't know what's going on with that? Do you know?
I believe
it's a little knock.
Yeah,
okay.
It's important that they kept
a Cooper
back.
Knock.
Pretty much healed in 5 minutes.
Right, let me say something. Right, when I hear on social media about when Steve Cooper says it's a slight knock, I do not believe what Steve Cooper says. I don't believe. But can you remember last season when he says McKenna was out for 6 weeks? Was it 2 weeks?
That was during the international break as well, wasn't it?
Exactly. So I don't believe what Cooper says. I don't believe in what he says. But Pat,
let us know if you're watching.
Yes, Neil. Neil. If people don't know, Steve Cooper's brother Neil, he watches his channel all the time. So Neil, tell your brother, stop playing with Forest fans' mind. But say that to Neil. But yeah, back to question, Pat. Like I said, we're getting Toffolo. He's going to give us balance. What do you think of him and O'Brien joining Forest?
I think they're quite stellar signings, to be honest. And I think more so yesterday, like we just touched on, I think you could really, that kind of Garner, O'Brien, Morgan Gibbs-White kind of role, somebody linking up with the strikers. And you kind of felt Taiwo was quite isolated yesterday, and then obviously Taylor come on. I don't know what Taylor's putting on in his porridge, but he looks like a unit, man. Seriously, his strength and conditioning coach must be putting some mustard in them workouts, man, because he's yeah, man, he looked pretty ripped. I thought Alex Mighton played extremely well yesterday when he for the brief spell.
He did.
Good.
He did. I think I personally, like I said, I personally think he played well as well. So, people comments. What do you think? Like, we'll touch on Mighton later on, but I personally thought he come on, but I think he needs a loan spell. But that's something we'll touch later on as well. Right. So people comments. What do you think? Davis Toffler, good deal, yes or no? I will go through comments as well on everyone's opinion. There's 123 people in. If you can, hit the like button as well. Subscribe if you're new. I'm trying to get to 8.3 before the show finishes. And I'm happy to announce that I've done a fancy football league. So if you want to join as well, the link is at the top. Join in. I think there's about 50 people joined so far. So if you have got an app, the link is at the top. Make sure you join. Right. Next one, like I said, I'm gonna ask you, Ezzy. Ezzy and Pat went to the game yesterday, and you didn't, Lee. Lee, did you watch the game? Did you watch the game, Lee?
It wasn't streamed.
Wasn't it streamed?
No, couldn't get it anyway, which was frustrating.
Okay, right. I'm gonna ask you, Ed. Like I said, we'll touch on the game yesterday, and what players was you impressed with yesterday? I know it was 0-0, but it's pre-season. So what players was you impressed with?
Well, in that first half was very cagey, wasn't it? Like Pat mentioned, the one he didn't get the ball to him at all. Hammond did his best, and it took him a little while to get into the game, but he seemed a little bit lightweight to me. But certainly one that we could look for the future, and I think he needs to loan now. So Hammond would be one that did eventually get into that first half, and then we saw a different team in the second half. And one player that has impressed me, actually, most times I've seen him, is that on the left-hand side of that Iwanu. He was in acres of space. The amount of times they could have found him, and he could have possibly, because his crossings always impressed me. So he's also another backup at left back, whether they'll keep him or not. But I think for the time being, it was hard. It was really hard for the players to get into any sort of rhythm yesterday. But Aguilera looked pretty decent in the second half.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was spraying it out. A couple of times he could have actually just slotted it through the middle. Easy for me to say, but he could have done. But he was looking to switch the play too often. Yeah, no, definitely looked comfortable on the ball. But it's pre-season. Barnsley, are way ahead. And I think that was their final pre-season game, wasn't it? So they're a few games ahead of us. We're still getting to grips with it. The weather yesterday on the pitch must have been at least 8 to 10 degrees hotter than it was in the stand. So you got to take that into account. But no one really stood out yesterday. We all got a bit of a run out. But yeah, I would say in the second half of Jada, possibly, and Mighton as well. Yeah, definitely Mighton looked good when he came on.
100%. People like to comment. I don't know if you did go to the game. Comment below. What player stood out for you? What didn't? What player do you think is not good enough for the Premier League? Because we're going to touch on Joe Lowe later on. I think I'll ask Lee later on about it. Pat, what players stood out for you, in your opinion, yesterday?
I thought Mighton showed a lot of signs of positivity. I thought the way he stayed, they were kicking lumps out of him. We kept bringing the ball to the byline, and the Mighton that we would see in previous seasons, it would be difficult for him to stay on his feet. But I thought it did. It reminded me of that goal that he actually got against Swansea at home towards the end of the season.
He did. Yep.
Really, he looked sturdy on his feet, and he looked good. He looked really positive. I thought McKenna played pretty well when he came on. Yeah. He looked busy. There was a sense of urgency about him as well. But yeah, it was very. I thought leading up until Forest got into some kind of rhythm just before they made the subs. Which I don't know whether that was a tactical thing. It's like, okay, we've achieved what we want to achieve. We're now going to change it or whatever. I don't know.
I think what you're right, Pat. I think there was a time, like I said, when we made the subs, there was a rhythm. I think it was like it lasted for like 20 minutes. We could have scored, and then again we went back to basics again, just keeping the ball, keep possession, and Yeah, it was frustrating, but I get it. I know there's some Forest fans who was there wasn't happy about it, but it's pre-season. I think
Yeah.
if no one knows, we brought on a 16-year-old defender, centre back, who come on for Donnelly. So shout out to Donnelly, and it's pre-season, so it's a good win out, people. So like I said, there's players like I said yesterday, I think, who are not good enough. I'll talk about Lolly later. As what players do you think are not good enough for Forest? Tough, isn't it? It's so tough. I don't want to be critical, but I've got to be. And yeah, it is what it is. But what players are like it's Premier League? I mean, we can't like. I want that player to. I know on social media you see on players saying, "Oh, that player's got to say we've got to all the players got to stay." No, we've got to buy Premiership quality because we've got
sentiment, though. We can't be sentimental. It's took us 23 years and a lot of money to get here. We can't be sentimental now, can we?
Exactly. So what players do you thought it's not good enough? But just mention one player. I'm not going to say not all of them.
Yeah, I'm going to say one that's hard for me to say, but I did think that he wouldn't be joining us on the journey, and that's Joe Lolly. I just don't think. I think the injuries have killed him over the last couple of seasons, and he hasn't been able to get into any sort of rhythm. He's had his bright spark, the odd spark, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be cutting it. He won't cut it in the Premier League, in my opinion. But yeah, and obviously in the opinion of the hierarchy as well, by the sounds of it.
What about you, Lee?
Well, yeah, obviously I want rid of people like Arthur, Da Costa, who literally offer nothing whatsoever but take a wage and smile. Obviously, Lolly, had he have not got all these injuries he'd got, I reckon he would have been a squad player. But I think, for me, the straw that broke the camel's back was against Coventry when he got injured straight away. I think at that point, Cooper had gone, nah, that's it. He's finished with us. He's just going to keep getting injured. So I feel sorry for him. But, you know, I know people are not going to like me saying this, but he only had a couple of good seasons for us. So again, it's another one where I like him. I think he's a great guy. He was a great player. But again, we can't be sentimental. His time's come to an end, unfortunately.
Do people in the comments do you agree with Lee? I get where Lee's coming from as well, because like I said, we're in the Premier League, and all Forest fans will know like it took 23 years to get back in, and I don't want to go back to the Championship. I don't want to, because as we know, it's me personally, it's a horrible league. It is a horrible league, and when Pat mentioned Stoke away, I don't know. Uka mentioned I didn't want to go to Norwich, because everyone knows how I feel about Norwich away. Please don't put in the comments as well, because I will block you. I mean, I'm playing. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go to Championship, but I want to stay in the Premier League, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Pat, what we've asked as Lee, what players do you think that Forest? I think it's time up at the club.
I think Da Costa for sure. I think he's outstayed his welcome. It hurts though with Lolly.
I know it hurts. It does,
it really
doesn't it?
Does, man.
It hurts.
It's that head-heart scenario, and it's part of you thinks, well, maybe he could come on for the last 20 minutes and just score a worldie, but that could just be wishful thinking. But yeah, gutted. But it is what it is. We have to. I think they have to be ruthless.
We've got to.
I think they have to be now.
The thing, and when I mentioned Joe Lolly, I don't know if everyone saw the clip of Joe Lolly. I think it was like 2 minutes before the full time whistle was at Wembley. I think Grabben went up to him, and he his face expression. I know he didn't play, but he meant Lolly's at the club. Was it 5 years or 5 years he's been at the club? We're in the Premier League now, and I think it's time for to bring in. Like I say, we're getting the Huddersfield pair, and we'll talk later on about what players do need on each position as well. So more players, like I said, more players will be coming in, and we're going to talk about as well as Henderson coming in as a backup. I think it's a fantastic choice. It's a great choice, and it's good as well because, like I said, he's not. Dean Henderson is not going to play against Man U. I don't want to be disrespectful to Jordan Smith because if it wasn't for Jordan Smith's save against who was it?
Ipswich.
Ipswich Town, we'll be in League One. So to get a goalkeeper who's got experience in the Premier League, Forest have done great at it on that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Henderson. Unfortunately, it was a shame, obviously, that Henderson had to come off yesterday so early in the game. Let's hope. I don't know if there's been any update on his injury.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
It just looked like a groin. Yeah, precaution definitely. He was just struggling with his kicking a little bit, wasn't he? But Hennessy, yeah, really good, and he just looked confident as soon as he stepped in, didn't he? I don't think he had too much to do. He had one, but comfortable. His distribution was good. Really confident player, and I just hope it means that we've got a chance of possibly getting Hendo at the end of the season. You know, if it's not the case, then we should be looking at somebody else to maybe bring into that mix and have them working with Hennessy and Henderson. You know, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Jordan Smith. I've said before, he's our mascot. I don't think we'll get rid of him. I think he blends well with the back room. But Joe, the lads love him. Worrell loves him. Yatesy loves him. We all grew up together. If he's only costing us, like somebody said, $2,000 a week or whatever it is, I know that's still a hell of a lot of money. But in Premier League circumstances, I don't know. But he probably won't get an extension. But you'll see out the end of his contract.
But surely at his age now, he's coming to the point where he wants to kind of make a career for himself, or is he just happy to stay on, be third keeper for his whole career? You'd think he'd want to play at some point somewhere, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but Lee,
26.
Yeah, if you look at it right, look, I'm not saying when you got Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, they've got even Liverpool, they've got keepers who are great, who's third choice, that will get in most of the teams. So with Jordan Smith, I get Jordan Smith. He wants to stay at Forest, but he won't stay at Forest for long. Let's keep it real. He's looking, but at the same time, we've got to be ruthless because I want to stay in the Premier League, and we've got two great goalkeepers. So it's something positive that we could talk about as well. Pat, and the people as well, get in the comments as well. Like, we know about Jono, 19 goals last season. Tavernier Warney did fantastic for Union Berlin. And if no one knows, and where have you been, me and Lee, we're going to Germany on Thursday to watch Forest. So as well, watch out for that vlog. What's your expectations, Pat, for Johnson and Tavernier Warney in the Premier League?
Well, first of all, I just want to touch on whoever it was who took Johnson out yesterday.
Well, that's horrible.
Needs a slap because that was naughty, and it reminded me a lot of. I can't remember the pre-season. Someone took Carvalho out a few seasons ago.
Alfreton Town.
And it's frustrating when you have someone with such potential and people are gunning for him like that. But I mean, he's got the minerals. So I think he'll excel. I don't think it's going to be as physical in the Premier League. And Taiwo's, I'm not too familiar with him, but obviously he's got, what did he get? 20 goals last season. Was it third or fourth top scorer from the third Bundesliga? And it's like, he knows where the onion bag is, and he's a unit as well. So I can't see many defenders bullying him around. So I think my expectations are high. Very high.
You know what, Pat? Later on, I'll tell you where Forest will finish. So don't say anything yet, Pat. End of the show, I'll get Pat's position on where Forest will finish in the Premier League. As well, people, I tell everyone, where do you think Forest will finish in the league? This is a massive topic. I think we talk about this all the time every time on the show. And let me ask you, Lee, this number 10 role, we talk about Oliver Hammond. Like I said, myself, Pat, and Ez, we was at the game yesterday. Do you think, and people in the comments as well, we talk about Forest need to start spending, we need to spend big on a top player. Do you think if Forest want to make themselves a Premier League team, do you think we need to spend big on just on number 10?
I think we need a couple of number 10s.
No, why? Why?
One big one and then one for sort of the squad.
Oliver Hammond.
Because what happens, say we get Gibbs White, hypothetically, we get Gibbs White, then he gets injured and we relying solely on him. What we're going to do? I mean, a few days ago, I was like, no, I wouldn't spend 25 to 30 million on Gibbs White. I've changed my mind. And I think it's the fact that people are slating a 1 year. What I was just trying to say a minute ago, they were slating him, calling him a flop already. But I don't think it's down to him. I think it's the lack of service. He's quite apparently not receiving. He's not receiving it, is he? He's not getting balls played through to him, which is what he thrives on. So I think if we want to score goals, which inevitably we're going to have to do, we need to be spending money like that. I know it's easier said than done, but maybe we'll go out and get Gibbs White, and then I would have liked O'Hare as a backup for 5 million, but Burnley's going to get him for 5 million. But someone like that who can fill in if Gibbs White ever gets injured, because you've got to have strength in depth. So I'd go and get him now. If Forest want him, get him.
How about people in the comments? Right, I'm gonna ask Ez and Pat. How much people in the comments? How much would you pay for Gibbs White? I think this is a topic that everyone, because when you see on social media, I'll say 20, 30, 25 million, blah blah blah. How much, Lee? How much would you pay?
I think 25 million is a stretch and a big stretch, but he's worth what someone's willing to pay for him. And if they're going to demand 30 and Everton are willing to pay 30, then we either match it or we have to find someone else, don't we? It's not as simple as how much we'd like to pay. It's what Forest are willing to pay. What if Cooper wants him? Let's put it this way. Technically, we've got this money for free for going up. So if we want to spend a bit and be a bit extravagant, why not? You know what I mean? But if we want to stay in the Premiership, you're going to have to buy a really good player or two and get some quality in to stay in, aren't you? So,
okay. Ezzy, how much would you pay?
I'd pay what the club are willing to pay, to be honest. We're all old enough to see last time Forest were in the Premier League, and we weren't competitive. We didn't have any money going into that season. We've never been in this position before. So I've got no problem with us spending as much as it's needed. It's not up to me to decide what the going rate is, but he's one player, and I don't think Forest put all the eggs in one basket with Morgan Gibbs White. I think there are other players, and there will be more than one number 10 on their radar. But he's one that I've wanted from as soon as we got promoted. He's one that I wanted. So I would pay what it takes to get him. We've got to get him off Everton. Surely he would want to work with Steve Cooper rather than Frank Lampard. So I think that's a battle that we should easily win. And I think the club are going to be willing to pay it. But I'm not going to argue with his price tag. The valuation is a valuation, and everything's going up. And, so why wouldn't the cost of a player be going up?
Okay. Pat, are you a Morgan Gibbs White fan?
He caused us a lot of problems in that semi-final.
Yes,
really did.
Time.
And I was
all the time he does.
And I just thought, obviously, with the link that, as he's just touched on with Cooper, it's a good fit. But yeah, man, I'd love him. I think I'd love him in the team.
How much would you pay? How much,
so
if
they want 30 mil, I'd pay the 30 mil.
Right, the problem is, right, I
know
know
we're shopping in a different supermarket now, Dor.
I know we are.
Do you know what I mean?
I know we are, but the problem, like, I want to. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm not trying to disagree with everyone's opinion. I'm just saying, like, 30 million for a player that's not been in the Premier League. This is what I'm trying to say. Like,
rate for his type of player, though, isn't it? For anyone who's got a bit of class, and the fact he's English, that puts it up as well.
It's a nightmare.
I mean, what you do, it's kind of do it or don't it. It's bust, but you can't hang around for too long deciding do we or don't we. Times.
Well, when, and that's it. But when we were, when Brentford were in for Jono, what was the going rate?
20
that was 20
plus.
20 plus.
Now we're in the Premiership. What do you think that is?
Oh, right, you'd say 30, wouldn't you?
You'd say 30. You'd say 30. Yeah, 30 million without doubt. Yeah.
So he's not Premier League either.
Yeah, but I think the problem with you can't with Jono. Jono is a Welsh international.
Going to
Gibbs,
the World
Yep.
Cup.
Gibbs going to World Cup. Gibbs
Mm.
is it under 21.
Oh.
And you can it's got goals behind him as well. So you can't. That's my opinion again, people. If people disagree with me, you can't put them two as together. I like Gibbs White because he always scores past Forest every single time. I think he played against when he played for Wolves. Like he scored passes against Sheffield United as well. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But people in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Morgan Gibbs White will be a player? Right, there's 171 people in. Thank you everyone for doing. If you can, hit the like button, please. It helps me a lot. And if you can, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 7.3. Lee's got a YouTube channel as well, Lee. So Lee, talk about YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's called Football Through the 92. We're doing our first, me and Jamie Martin, we're doing our first stream live from Berlin. It's essentially, it's not just about Forest, it's about all 92 clubs. We're basically normal members of the public. Any of you guys can ring in and say how you feel about your club at the time. Obviously, we'll have different topics, different guests. And you can generally just talk about your club and how you feel your season's going, etc. So, yeah, that's what it's about. It's about involving everyone, basically. Every club through the 92.
So people, I am going to put a link in the description. So people, after the show, make sure you do go and subscribe, please. Like I said, Lee's starting a YouTube channel. And like I said, it's not just about Forest, it's about all clubs as well.
It's going to be on Friday, aren't you, Doc?
No.
Yeah, he's going to be on.
No, I'm not. As well, Ezzy's got another YouTube channel, aren't you, Ezzy?
I've got something. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, no, just a little. Occasionally, you'll put a little bit of vlog on there and talk about my feelings and how the transfer window's going, and also I mix it with my fragrance and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, a bit of everything. A little bit something a little bit different. But yeah, if you get a chance, please have a look, and if you like it, please subscribe and share my videos.
And last but not least, if no one knows who this guy below me is, he's a Coronation Street actor, Pat Lally.
Actor.
Make sure everyone goes watch it tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you hear a bit scared, I saw clips of it earlier on. So people, put your hands like that. He's aggressive. I seen it. I had to hide, but now I'm not watching this. You mad? Pat, tell everyone what. I'm not saying give a clue. Just say what are we expecting tomorrow?
Can you hear me okay? Because I noticed I was muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, one of the characters in the show, young lady called Kelly Nealon. She's trying to right a few of her dad's wrongs, and she's basically giving back the money that her dad's taken from these people, and then she stumbles across some unsavory characters, me being one of them, which is unraveled tomorrow.
So people tomorrow at 8 o'clock, Coronation Street, please go and check it. My sister-in-law keeps saying, Ben, watch it. I will watch it.
But you've got it on. You've got it on Series Link on your Sky Qbox store. Don't give me that rubbish.
I will watch it. I promise you. I saw the clip and I thought, you know what, I've got to watch it. But if there's I know there's going to be some Coronation Street fans on there, so please go watch Pat as well. If you also hit the like button as well, if you can. And there's another topic I want to see, and I think everyone will know this. It keeps coming and coming and coming, and I don't know if I'm getting frustrated about it or I don't know. But James Garner keeps coming on social media. I'm gonna get everyone's opinion about it. People in the comments, what do you think? Do you want him back? Yes or no? Ezzy, I'll start with you. James Garner, yes or no?
At the right price, yes. And the right price being 8 million or less. No more.
Okay. Lee?
Yeah, without taking.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I won't pay any more than 8, that's for sure. I'd be tempted to go in 6 with a take it or leave it kind of attitude. Will he be a top Premiership player? No, I don't think he will. I think he'll end up a mid-range player over the next few years. Obviously, he could prove me wrong. 100%, but I would not pay any more. I really wouldn't.
So,
With the midfield crisis, I would take him.
How much would you pay?
About 6 to 8 at a push, like S says, really. I won't pay much more. No,
I personally don't think we'll. Manual, you know what, Manual, like, I'm not saying all these big clubs always want a big price for these players.
They do because we're the new boys with money, so they want us to spend it on them, don't they?
Yeah. What about you, Pat? Like, Jake Garner, fantastic player for his last season. He's gone back to Man U. We're struggling in midfield. We need that James Garner type of player in our squad for next season. Would you want him back?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. I think his quality. And I think you could just see in a lot of games last year that he has. I mean, his delivery of set pieces. You could just see. I think there's a margin between him and a lot of Championship players in that position. So 6 million. I think we need to be digging a little bit deeper than that. Personally,
I don't know. People in the comments, what do you think about James Garner? I don't know. Is it what? I'm 50-50. I'm really 50. I'm in the middle. I'm because it gives us something different to Ryan Yates. Let's keep it real. And he can play that number 6 role, and he can play that number 10 role, like Lee mentioned.
We've got O'Brien for to play next to Yates. Isn't that what we're signing O'Brien for, to play next to Yates? No, I'm not saying you don't have strength in depth, because of course we need it. It's a long season, but
the only thing with James Garner, like I said, I think you mentioned it, Lee. He can play that role alongside Yates, and he can play that number 10 role as well. So
maybe he's the backup for Gibbs White then at number 10 to fill in if he needs to. Maybe.
That's what I'm trying to say. So as well, people, what do you think? I think James Garner, I'm 50-50 in it. I'm 50-50. Like I said, I think someone mentioned it to me.
How much would you pay for him, Dor? How much would you pay for him?
8 million. Between 8 and 8 million, and that's it. 8 and 12 million.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
8 and 12 million. But the problem is he's signed a contract for last season, at the start of last season. So this is the problem. He's not going to cost us 6 or 8 or 12 million.
But again, he's unproven, isn't he? But then
right. I tell you a story. Right. The problem is with these big clubs, and I get it. It's business. I get it. I think Man City, Southampton, they brought Man City player for 80 million. Who's that Forest player? Who's that player that Forest were after from Man City? It was a right back.
Right. I know who you mean.
Yes.
I can't say his name. Yeah.
Yes. Man City brought him for 80 million. 80 million. And he's never played a Premier League game. They've sold someone else for 18 million as well. If we try and get Garner, Man U will try and get as much money as possible from us.
Of course they will.
And this is what I'm saying. If we can get it between 8 and 12 million, I personally think it'd be more. Here's that player, Lee. He was on about eyes and caboose. That's it.
Yeah.
That's him.
It's what we're willing to part with, isn't it?
Right. And this is a funny joke. Forest made a bid for him for 18 million. Got rejected.
What, for Garner?
No, this player.
Really? Oh, yeah, 17 million for that right back, yeah.
Yeah, Forest made a bid for him for 17 million, 18 million. They got rejected. Not Premier League. This is a problem. I'm trying to say, I'm with the Garner situation. I'm 50-50 with it. So it is what it is, and if Forest get him, it's good. Right. We'll see last of the show as well, people. There's 180 people in. Thank you, everyone that took part in the questions. I'm going to go through questions. Is there any questions for Lee, Ezzy, and Pat? Please do get comments in.
Tavernier talk. Would you pay?
Oh, yes. I forgot about him.
Because I've seen Huddersfield fans saying we should be paying 20 for him. They're off their heads.
Right. This is my opinion about Tavernier. And again, social media, Twitter, I call it Twitter. People are 50-50 with him. Is he a centre midfielder? Isn't he? He's a centre midfielder, right?
I think he's versatile. He can play left wing back. He can play on the wing. He can play in the middle. He's a
Is that the
decent
fella from
player,
Borough?
but not 10 million.
Yeah, from Borough,
Yeah. My opinion, right, before I get everyone's else opinion and people get in the comments, get involved. My opinion, Ryan Yates is better than him. Ryan Yates is better than him.
Different
So
players, though, Dor.
No. Ryan Yates is better. No, for his role he's more of he's a Ryan Yates kind of player. I like him, don't get me wrong, I like him, but I just cost him 10 million because we're Premier League. Yes.
I don't think he's good enough for the Prem. I don't.
Yeah, but he's a squad player. He can just be a squad player.
But then you might as well spend 10 million on Garner then.
But he's not. But Garner's not going to cost.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, don't you?
I know what you're saying.
15, well, you might as well put that 10 you'd spend on Tavernier towards Garner. At least you know Garner fits the system, don't you? You know what I'm saying? He knows the club. Tavernier.
Everyone said Tavernier's a wide player. Like I thought he was more of a bully player. For 10 million, right? I'll say my opinion later. So, Lee, what's your opinion? Yes or no?
No, I wouldn't. I think there's others out there. I wouldn't.
Okay, Pat.
As a squad player, yeah, why not?
What? Do you rate him?
I think he's all right. From what I've seen of him, I'm not going to say that I know him incredibly well, but from what I've seen of him, I think he's pretty decent.
Okay. Ezzy?
Yeah, again, as a squad player, at his age, definitely. And I'm confused by his positioning because I always thought he was a wide player, but seeing some of the reports today, he's more of a central Ryan Yates type player. That is his position. So obviously we need backup in midfield, whatever happens. And I think at that age, if the price is right, I wouldn't overpay for him. But if the price is right, yeah, get him in. I'd get him in.
Well, everyone Prem taxes you, don't they?
Yeah,
You've got
exactly.
money. Prem tax coming in.
Right, so I'm getting confused. I'm not going to comment. And basically, he can play as a CM, not defensive. So this comment is he's depth out of wings. Where does he bloody play?
He's versatile. He plays all over the place.
He plays everywhere. Bloody hell! So he can play as number 10 then. Why not?
He's decent, but I don't think he's Prem standard.
I'll take him.
5 goals, 5 assists, but apparently played mainly left wing back for him.
So that's from Wolverine. Shout out to Wolverine. 5 goals and 5 assists in the championship. Not good enough.
Yeah,
I think he'll do it. I personally think he'll do it. People comments, what do you think? Right. Last but not least, we're going to do the show. Like I said, people in the comments, I know after yesterday's performance, it's a friendly. We can't take nothing as guaranteed. It is what it is. I'm going to get Pat's opinion on where Forest will finish right now. Pat, you can't say nothing. Yes, Pat, you can't say nothing. See his face. People in the comments, where do you think Forest will finish right now? I'm going to ask Lee. I'm going to ask Ez if their mind has changed. I'll ask Pat last. I'm going to ask Pat last. I'm going to ask Lee.
Thank you.
Lee, have you changed your mind from last time?
Not really. I'm kind of thinking, providing we sort the midfield out, which is what it looks like we're trying to do. Hopefully, we get better than just championship players in the midfield, because if not, we'll get overrun. I'm still thinking around 13th to 15th, around there somewhere. I'd be happy with that as well, to be honest. First season back, I'd take that. I'd snap your hands off for it now, let's be honest. So, yeah, mine not changed.
Okay. Well, I will ask you, Lee, before Lee starts, but like I said, I'm going to do like a channel at 14 starts to where people finish in the league. Ezzy, have you changed your mind?
No, I can't. I can't go back on it now, can I? I'm going to have to stick to it. Now I'm going to stick to it. I was hyped up when I said it, but I'll stick to it.
Did you say top 6, Ed?
Okay. Last but not least, Pat, where do you think Forest will finish right now? I will ask you back later.
After they played yesterday. Watching them from yesterday. Do you want that answer?
Well, I saw a comment in the comments about where Forest will finish. No, not after. No. Not after yesterday's performance.
And I think this question may be a little unfair considering all the signings. I think you would be able to hazard a better guess once you've got all the signings in.
Yeah. So where do you think Fonzie? Go on. Don't dodge the question. He's trying to dodge it.
He's got his actor's head on, hasn't he? I love it. Very clever.
He's got it.
14th.
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
I said 14th at the start. Then I changed it to 12th. But I don't want to be, like I said, we bought all these good signings.
Not yet, but he's not finished. He said he wants to bring a lot more people in. So
he wants a big more.
Including O'Brien and that, we'll get at least another 6 or 7. I bet you.
Me personally, like I said, I think. Did I say 12th last time or 11th? I said 11th, didn't I?
You must change your mind a lot if you can't remember.
Because I change it all the time, Pat. I change it all the time because you know me. I like to level one, and it's not that. It's not because I watch Forest. It's just like I think the players that were brought in. I think the quality signings, not just
quality.
Oh what? I got. What did you say?
Never mind. Quality.
Oh, quality.
See, Lee knows.
Yeah, quality.
Yeah. That's what I said as well. Yeah.
So I think Forest finished 11th in the league. I might change my mind tomorrow or the next day. But yeah.
No, but you got to stick to it, man. You've got to stick to it. If you make a prediction,
no. I'll stick by it. I'll stick with it when the transfer window closes. Or no. I'll stick with it when it's the day before the season starts.
Like when Double makes his score predictions, he waits to the final whistle and then says the score.
Thanks, Lee. People, it's been a fantastic show. Thank you to everyone that took part as well. Thank you for the 176 people that took their time to watch the show. Lee, Ezzy, and the Coronation Street Killer, Pat. Thank you for.
I've not killed anyone. Not yet.
You're in trouble, you are, Duff.
I'm just saying. Gossip, lies. It's all lies. Pat, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for everyone that. Oh, he's gone.
You called him a killer, mate.
Where's he gone?
Killed him off, mate.
I killed him off. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? But wait till he comes back on. People, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone that took the time to watch this channel. Like I said, if you are new to my channel, he's back on.
There was a comment, someone asking if Derby fans are allowed on the show that I'm doing. Derby fans are, and even Huddersfield fans as well.
Yeah.
Laugh at their expense, it's fine.
Pat, did I kill you off, Pat? Hey, Pat, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Again. See, I think he's not paid his bill. He's not paid his bill. I think I killed him off.
Coro's not paid him enough.
Coro's not paid him enough. I can't hear you, Pat. I can't hear you. Where's that? Where was it, Lee?
Say that again, sir.
About the comment.
Oh no, Mark Waters or someone says, "Oh, Derby are lad."
Yeah, anyone can come on the channel. Anyone can come on the channel.
Yeah,
anyone.
Mr. Greenlish, you can come on. Don't worry about that.
I can't hear you. I still can't hear you, Pat. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. There's more people. I can hear you now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pat, I was just saying, did I kill you off?
You did.
Yes.
Thanks.
But as well, people, if you don't know, Pat's is on Coronation Street. It's tomorrow, 8 o'clock. So please go and watch it. I finish work at 8, so I'll watch it on my bike. So
I never watch it, but I'm going to watch it just for Pat.
I
Thank
watch
you
it.
very
Everyone,
much, Lee. Thank you.
everyone, please, like I said, go and watch Coronation Street tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Pat is there. I can't believe when I seen it. I thought, so different. What? You know, right, before you go, Pat. Pat, what kind of character is it, Pat, that you play? It's gone slow.
Sorry,
again.
mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah.
See, we're not used to getting internet in Manchester. Oh, we don't care.
No, look, I was just saying, Pat. What kind of character do you play on Coronation Street?
It's a villain. It's a new villain.
It's a new villain.
That's all I can say.
I'm
I'm not
it.
at liberty to disclose anything else.
That's fine. That's fine. People, go and watch it tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. Pat is the villain. That's all you need to know.
Can I just? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to send a little shout out to my brother Steve, his son Connor, and his son Stevie as well. Forest season ticket holders for a very long time, and hail or snow, they're at every game.
Oh, love it.
So I just
love
want to give
it.
them a big shout out as well.
Shout out to Pat's family. Shout out as well, people. It's good, like I said, it's good to quality. But like I said, it's been a pleasure for Pat for taking his time out to come on my channel. I know, like I said, big Forest fan, but like I said, if people want Pat back on the channel, put the thumbs up. I definitely want Pat on before the season finishes, but I know he's going to be a busy person on Coronation Street and that. So, Pat, I definitely want you back on my channel again before the season starts.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries. But like I said, people, thank you very much for taking the time. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Pat. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button if you can. Subscribe if you're new. Tomorrow, hopefully, that we do sign the Hudderfield Pier. It might be tomorrow. It might be Tuesday. I'm going to do a show about that. What's going on? It's so close now. We're 3 weeks away for the Premier League. I'm going to Hertha Berlin. Me and Lee are going to Germany on Friday. So much content to come. It's going to be excited. I cannot wait. And like I said, people, we are Premier League, baby. Speak to you soon, people. Up the Reds.
You ready?